Blyth Montessori School will be the choice school for parents who are serious about educating and raising their child to become a community-minded, independent, selfless person within the community they live. Your children will grow and develop naturally, understanding their strengths and abilities or talents in relationship to their peers. Your child will attend school from 8:30 a.m. through 4:30 p.m., Monday through Friday, from September to June. Before and after school care could be available if a need arose from the majority of parents at an extra cost. Blyth Montessori School will offer each child a global perspective while catering to their individual learning styles and interests. For children to have a full understanding of how they fit within their world and the impact they can have within it, their final years, being grades 7 and 8, will be one of reflection and discovery. The children will offer themselves by volunteering in an area that interests them. It may be building a school or digging water wells or working in an orphanage in a developing country or helping build a home within our own community through Habitat for Humanity or studying the local impact of green energy solutions like wind turbines or geothermal heating and cooling or solar energy feasibility. Or maybe your child is interested in ways to reduce light pollution or to reduce the local garbage entering the landfill sites. Following their practical volunteer experience, the students will write a research paper or report on this experience and their future impact within their world. Each report will be presented to a panel of interested individuals made up of community members and school parents. Eventually, Blyth Montessori School will boast green areas such as a vegetable garden, fruit trees or bushes, livestock barns with laying hens, roosters, sheep, a donkey, goats, or maybe a pig. Seasonal activities will be an outdoor ice rink, pool, natural climb area, archery targets, soccer pitch, baseball field, hiking trails, and tobogganing hills. Each child will have time during their day for music, and they will be able to practice an instrument, dance, and sing. Activities like golf, tennis, horseback riding, cycling, hiking, curling and snowshoeing, archery, soccer, baseball, and swimming will be part of their education. Art education will also be offered as a mix of 6 to 8 week sessions at local shops and with local artists or experts teaching their specialty: photography, pottery, drama, impressionist painting, collages, charcoal drawing, scrapbooking, and card making. French will also be included within the curriculum as an extension of the child's learning. So why now? And what's kind of moved me forward with this is that the local school closures across the Avon-Maitland District School Board, and specifically Blyth Public School, and the community was really upset about the fact that the grade 7 and 8s are moving into the high school, and so this will give them an alternative to that decision that was made. And just that. The other reason is that Charles Pascal reported from the government of the local government, the Liberals, and he presented a report on the impact that full-time learning programs have for 3-year-olds. And so with the decisions and information coming out of that report, the timing also fits well with why you would start your 3-year-old in the Montessori program. And the other area in that report was that he wanted to see schools being used as community hubs, and I feel that this is something that the Blyth Montessori School can offer the community. It will also be the only private independent elementary school in Huron County that is not affiliated with a religious group, and not everyone has a statement of faith, and so I think that this would be a good way for parents and children to feel comfortable having their child in a school setting that is engaging and warm, but not, and it will study a variety of religions, so the kids will be able to discover many different aspects of religion, not saying that one is better than the other, but then each family can really help their child understand why they believe what they believe, and then their child will feel comfortable in knowing what it is that they believe. And this will also be the first Montessori full elementary program within the county. So the tuition costs for next September, starting in 2010, will be full-time tuition, which is 190 instructional days, is $6,840. Part-time tuition is $3,960 for 110 instructional days, and $2,880 for 80 instructional days. So that's a 3-day-a-week or a 2-day-a-week versus the 5-day. Discounts will be offered to full-time enrollments only. So if you have your second child in, it would be a 20% savings. Your third child would be 30% savings, and 50% savings on your fourth child. So the tuition will include a quarterly magazine called Tomorrow's Child that is produced and distributed by International Montessori Council. The uniforms, each child will receive 3 uniforms. All field trip costs will be included in the tuition. All the snacks for each day are provided, plus 1 lunch per week, and that's prepared by the class, as that's part of their practical life experience. All classroom materials for your child, so pens, paper, rulers, notebooks, anything that they need, and a yearly class photo compilation. And ideally, all funds needed to operate the school will be raised through the tuition costs, or generated through tuition costs. And I'd also like to try to follow the 70-20-10 model. And so what I mean by that is that 70% of the funds needed to operate the school are raised through the tuition, 20% will be set aside for savings, and then 10% will be given back to the local community for various projects that the children decide as a whole that they'd like to support. So whether it's investing in the local Greenway Trail or the Maitland Valley Conservation Area, a local food bank, whatever the children would like to have that money go towards, then that's what we would do. And the children will also be encouraged to continue raising funds for third-party groups such as Heart and Stroke or Free the Children. Samaritan's Purse are some that we have done in the past. So the next steps for you as a family to consider would be to arrange for an individual tour or observation of the school. You can do this with your child or without. The choice is yours. You can do it during school time or after school as well, whatever works best for you. The time will be used separately. If you come for an observation during school, there won't be a lot of time for questions to be answered because the kids are there, and it's kind of hard to have an adult conversation strictly without the kids interrupting or wanting to be seen. So there would have to be a second time set up anyway to discuss specific questions unique to your family. And another thing that I'm working on is called a statement of agreement, and so it's just information that will be included that you can read through, and if you agree with it, initial it. It's just so that you understand the philosophy behind Montessori and that we're both on the same page. Things like there's no homework assigned and no grades given, and so this is kind of a newer concept to think of, but there is a reason for it, and those are things that we would discuss during this meeting. And then also an enrollment form would need to be completed with the first and last month tuition for all of the lower elementary students, and I'm asking that is completed if possible by January 15th of 2010. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you.